Hi everyone, welcome to the Mama Elephant November release. This is Mama Elephant's last release for 2023, returning in January for another year of fun products. Remember to leave a comment for a chance to win a prize from Mama Elephant. This release will be available on November 15th. We are kicking off today's video with Jar of Hearts. This is a fun mason jar themed set. It comes with hearts, but you can fill in your little mason jar with anything you like. It has a little tag that you can use to tie around the mason jar or a little ribbon. And it comes with different sentiments that you can stamp onto the tag. I'll read the sentiments real quick. All the hugs and all the kisses, sending you a jar full of love for someone sweet. You fill my heart with love. Happy Valentine's Day. Just for you, happy Valentine's Day. Love you more. Love you to pieces. To my sweet gal pals, friends who stay together, and to the moon and back. I think I like when people do little scenes inside mason jars, so I think little agenda stamps would look cute inside here. And also the images from Deliver Winter Joy and Deliver by Truck, I just checked right now, they do fit inside the mason jar, so I think that would look cute as well. Here's a look at the coordinating dies for Jar of Hearts. And next is XOXO Grid Cover Creative Cuts. And it cuts out X's and O's for your background. And you can use the X's and O's on a different project, or you can use it to add a little bit more color to the die cut. So you can use those together or separately. I'll be using Copic Markers today to color in the images. I'll put the colors I use in the description box below. I'm going to color in the lid in some cool grays, C3 for the dark and C1 for the light. And then for the jar itself, I don't want to add any color because it's clear, but I'm just adding a little bit of B10, just outlining it, and then I'll be using a 0 marker to kind of fade out that BG10 color. For the hearts, I wanted to color them in the Sweethearts candy colors, and those are the conversation hearts. And I googled it and I couldn't find like a consistent color palette, so I just went with the colors that I saw the most, which is a pink, yellow, green, purple, and yellow. I left blue out because I didn't see many with blue, so I just left that out. And plus there's not a lot of hearts, so I didn't want to add too many colors, so I went with these. Again, I have the colors in the description box below. For the green, I use YG41, but the next color up is YG45, and it's a bit dark, so I just did tip to tip for the YG41, just so it would be easy to blend out. I remember when I was a kid in school, it was such a treat to get a box of those Sweetheart candies, and it would have little sayings in them, and it would be so fun to read them. And I don't ever remember them tasting good. It's like chalk or something, but it was just so fun. It had like nice packaging, and it had all the different colored hearts, and then it had all the sayings, and it was fun to like read them and give certain ones to certain friends. I remember loving all of the different paper Valentine's Day cards you would get from your classmates. And I loved, like, they would give you a brown paper bag that you would have to decorate, and they would give us like doilies and things to decorate your little brown bag, and that's where you would put all your Valentine's Day cards in. So I'm going to do a little shading on the little tag, and then I've colored in 2 extra hearts, and then I wanted to add a little bit of color to that little ribbon. So I'm going to be using all of these pieces for today's card. So I'm going to select one of the sentiments to stamp onto my tag. I'm just going to stamp it out in VersaFine Onyx black ink. And since I'm using the ribbon on the image, I just decided to put the ribbon on the card because I did want to use that, and I did want to have a sentiment on the card. So here's a look at the XOXO grid die. That's what it looks like cut out. So what I'll be doing is I want all the X's and O's to be different colors. And these are the Distress Oxide inks that I used. I'll have the list down below. But I wanted them all different colors to match the conversation hearts we just colored. So I have a orange, a yellow, a green, a purple, and a pink. And so I'm just kind of doing it random. And I left the XOXO die cuts in the grid die cover, just so it would be a little bit easier to do some ink blending on. I'll be putting the jar together super easy. I decided to use the lid on mine. You can decide to put the lid off to the side if you wanted to, but I wanted mine like topped off. And then I'm going to add the little hearts and also the little ribbon. I like the added pink on top just to add more color. And so I cut out a clean grid die and I'm just popping out the X's and O's because I'll be inserting in the ones we just die cut. And I just did it on the outside. I was going to put the mason jar in the middle so I didn't have to color in the middle X's and O's. I'm just going to pop in some ones that aren't ink blended. So I'm just trying to do it random, and I use the same colors I did so it matches the hearts. So we're just gonna pop them in. You could also use colored cardstock and die cut colored cardstock to get the X's and O's to be a certain color you want. I just was working with a lot of colors here. So I'm like, I think I'm just going to do it in white and then just ink blend it to what colors that I want. But you could also do colored cardstock. Sometimes I like the look of the ink blending because it just looks a little bit more softer, and you can't get that look with just a solid piece of colored cardstock. So I'm just filling in the middle with the non-ink blended ones because I just want the paper to be even, because this is where I'll be adhering my jar to. I have put double-sided foam adhesive on my jar and I'm just putting that in the middle. Next, I'm going to do all the other smaller pieces. So I have my tag here and I didn't want to put it on top of the jar because it was covering the hearts and I didn't want it to for this card. So I'm putting the tag just on that upper left hand corner of the card. That way I like using all the pieces in a stamp set, so that way I would be able to use the little ribbon as well. So then I did two little hearts and I'm just putting them around the mason jar, and that is it. I'm calling this card done. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have an awesome day. Stay safe, happy crafting, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye guys.